Philip Kaufman's 1978 remake of The Invasion of the Body Snatchers is unfortunately very much slept on by a lot of people. When I put it on the list, I kind of find it as essential horror because when you're looking for that perfect science fiction type horror, something that could be akin to John Carpenter's The Thing, something that boasts some amazing practical effects and quite performingly a amazing performance by Donald Sutherland, then you can look no further than this bleak, almost dystopian paranoia film that is focused on this idea of, well, what if this alien entity came over and turned us into pod people, and the person you thought you could love more than anyone else, your partner, turns out to be someone else. And it's that horrific premise that made the original so paramount. And with this remake, what really gets done is we're put in the shoes of these four protagonists who are stuck in a situation as they watch the world around them just burn to nothing as these people infiltrate, invade, and basically take over the livelihood. It's everyone's worst fear. How am I not myself? How are we stuck in a situation where the people that we thought we knew are actually someone else, an alien invader, and at any moment they could signal you out, and now everyone's gunning for you? Some of the performances in this are top tier. Nothing is gonna ever top the ending of this film. It is so bleak and so hopeless and so good. Sometimes you need that in a movie because when you have this kind of a scenario, how do you win? How do the good guys win? How do you survive? On top of that, there's a lot of great scenes in this film that really kind of throw you for a loop. And again, the practical effects both some of the best things that you could see that feel creepy and just make you feel crawling within your own skin. Because again, that's what the best kind of horror sci-fi do. It's a science fiction based film or premise, but there's enough creepiness. There's a sense of ambiance that makes you fear for your life. The fear is primal. You are being replaced, and you can't trust the people around you. That's why the paranoia is so good and why it was so effective for its time period. But now, whenever I talk about Invasion of the Body Snatchers, a lot of people just chalk it up as normal sci fi. And while you're technically not incorrect, there is the subcategory of horror sci fi, and I think that's where this really lands. And I think it's an essential pick because it's based in so many elements that were so important in the 50s when it came to horror films. So I feel this really elevates it in a way where people from the 70s and 80s can now go and say, oh, okay, this is what that horror was all about. I understand why people are afraid of an atomic age. Well, this is just that, except the pod people come and they take over. This is a very good film, very nicely directed. Philip Kaufman does a great job. Again, Donald Sutherland takes home the prize for being amazing in this. I love this film. I hope you enjoyed it too. This is a movie that you do not need to sleep on, because if you do sleep for too long, they will take you over.